Yo, 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 yo. We are live. We was had a little complications last week. It was my dial-up internet doing this thing, but you know what? I got my dial-up back together, and it's good, it's good, it's good. But we are back, burgers and blitzes, and we are here. Week one
Yes, sir.
is finally here. We tired of talking about the preseason. We tired about talking about everything else. It's time to talk some football. And what's up, my dog? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, brother. It's my mama's birthday. The weather's cooling off,
Oh, happy
man.
birthday.
My router ain't overheating. It's good, man. Things are looking up. Getting ready for this little week one here. Can't help but
Uh-huh.
you can't help but get a little bit of you know get a little bit of them heebie-jeebies when you're
Yeah,
talking
the
about getting
juices
ready for the
start
week one.
flowing. Yeah, the juices start flowing. Everything is starting to come back. Obviously, we know Lamb is in the building. We got
Yes,
the
sir.
depth chart going. Um, First of all, how you feel about, the roster right now? Shout out to everybody that's in the building right now. Daniel, everybody coming in. How you feel about, did you get to see the depth chart, and how do you feel about it? Number one, how do you feel about those two rookies starting it out?
That's our. I mean, honestly, it's gonna sound silly, but because I know it's been my guy, and I've said it's been my guy since the draft and whatever. But I feel more comfortable about Beebs, even though he's never played that damn position, and he's going into week one. They're throwing him right into the fire. I
Uh-huh.
feel more because what can happen with Guyton can let up three or four pressures on the day, and people will say that he got his ass whipped, even though there's 57 other snaps,
Uh-huh.
on the low end. Well, we're gonna ignore those. Um, you got Tyler sitting next to him, you got Zach sitting next to him, and they've been working as a unit. And this will be, hopefully we can make it 3 games with the starting offensive line because we
Mm-hmm.
haven't had that for what, dude? It's got to be 5 years for more than 3 games in a row. We haven't had the starting offensive line for what feels like 5 years.
Right.
And I'm probably undershooting it there, to be honest. Because if you go back and look at all the injuries and little nick ups and stuff like that, um, so I had to throw them lights on, get a little better in here. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I feel good about them. The corner situation worries me a little bit. You're putting a lot on Carson, but
Putting a lot on them.
putting a lot on him. But he
I
seems
think
up to
he's
the
ready
task.
though. I think he's ready though, Mike. You feel me? For some reason, I just felt like he's ready for this, even though he's gonna have some ups and downs. You're a rookie corner playing the league. You're gonna get tested.
This is
You're gonna have
this
you're
is.
gonna have some things go down.
It's gonna sound funny, but I even talked about it coming up into this, and we'll get to the defense in a minute. The rest of the defense, but this quarterback in particular is a good one to start out against because he's always had bad pocket presence. He lives on the YOLO ball. If they can contain, it could be a long day for that quarterback. It could be a damn long day for that quarterback with some coverage sacks and stuff, and bad throw because he'll start forcing shit. He'll start
Hmm.
forcing it, and I, you know, as bad as a matchup as it is on the defensive front for our offensive line, I think it's a good matchup for this defense, especially Mike Zimmer for that quarterback.
I would be in agreement with you. Go ahead and answer this question. Shout out to my dog, the lunatic, for the $2 holla. He said, more worried about versus Cleveland, left tackle, center, or right tackle, Terrence Steele.
I think Terrence Steele is going to
Think
be right. He had too
I
much
think
on
he's
his
gonna be
plate.
okay too.
What
Hmm.
what you're not going to hear about Terrence Steele is you're not going to hear his name,
Hmm.
and that's what you want. That's what you
Mike
want. You
McCarthy
you
said he
don't
had
want
a
to.
good camp.
He's it's 1 year recovered. Dude. That's a big dude. That's a big
Hmm.
dude recovering from that knee, man. That's a big dude. And when we saw it. He struggled specifically in the run game because he couldn't, or sorry, should I say the pass game? Um, he couldn't move. He couldn't get out there and move. So
Hmm.
um, I will say, this could come back and bite me, but I feel better about this offensive line than I have going into week one in quite some time.
I agree. I would agree with that, Mike. And this is what I'm gonna say to that. Um, you know how you just mentioned how they haven't had the offensive line, intact 5 years, maybe more, right? But we know one of the reasons why. One of the reasons why was Tyron Smith. He was always injured. Terrence Steele was coming off the injury. Zach Martin came into camp late. But now I feel like you got Tyron Smith gone. You see the rejuvenation from Tyler Guyton. I mean, yes, we know he's going to have some up and downs, but damn it, he's going to be good. And Beeves I feel like Beeves is going to hit the ground running like Travis Frederick. I just feel like that's what he's going to do. He's going to hit the ground like Travis Frederick. Tyler Smith is going to be a dog, and I think he's going to continue to help a Tyler Guyton continue to be better. And then you still got Terrence Steele, who has another year with Zach Martin next to him. So, as you said, even though they have the Miles Garrett, they have, I'm going to pull up their lineup because they got some guys.
They got Zadarius, they got Miles Garrett.
Darius, Miles Garrett, Dalvin Tomlinson. I wanted
Yep.
him. They got JOK. They got Jordan Hicks, who I wanted to get up in free agency. Devin Bush is over there. Denzel Ward, Grant Delpit, your guy Juan Thorhill, Greg Newsom the second. They got some guys.
God,
They got some
I
guys over
wanted him
there.
in the draft. Hey, my dude's still balling.
I
My
know you did.
dude's
I know you
still
did.
balling.
I know you did. I know you did. And he's found a home over there in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? He's found a home over there. And, they got a pretty good defensive coordinator over there, too. So it's going to be a good battle. But like you said,
Well,
Mike, I,
they got one of the best defensive coordinators in the history of the NFL over there, and I truly believe
hmm
that. And I can't stand that
hmm
guy. I
hmm
can't stand that guy. But Jim Schwartz can coach the hell out of some defense,
hmm that's his thing. That's
and
his thing.
he's not a product of his talent like Dan Quinn was.
Right.
Now he
He
has
can go
talent.
and take, right, right, right. But he can go build his talent.
Yes, he can make lemonade. As they
hmm
say. Um,
hmm
and that part worries me. What doesn't worry me at all is their offense, and I'm serious
Because
about
they're minus Nick Chubb, too.
it. And without the running game, uh, what have we seen out of this? I mean, I'm going to leave my personal bias out of this. What have we seen
Okay.
about of Deshaun Watson since he's been in Cleveland to the point that he's even on tier three, much less tier four of these quarterbacks?
hmm
I I don't see it. Um, I I just don't. I don't. You got Amari Cooper, cool. Well,
Jerry Judy's over there. I ain't saying he great, but he is a decent second.
that's but that's still a project.
hmm
You know what I mean? Um,
hmm
I don't.
How do you
As
think we
worried
attack
as
him?
I am,
Because how do you think we attack him, Mike? Because I said on Twitter just about maybe 10, 15 minutes ago, I feel like Dak is going to have a big game. You said 303 TDs. I'm feeling
mhm.
you with that because I was thinking 300 yards automatically in my head. I was already thinking he was going to have a 300-yard passing game. I didn't know about the
Well,
TDs, but once
it's
you
a
said the three
300,
TDs,
3 TDs, one rushing, with the three total. Probably one rushing, probably a
okay,
little boot
okay,
quarterback booter or something like that.
okay.
He breaks loose, play breaks down. Guyton gets beat on the edge, and he's got to make something out of nothing and dives across something like that sort of deal.
hmm Now let me ask you this: going into this game, you talked about the front. I think they can still be ran on. Who do you have playing this game? Do you have a Ezekiel Elliott, a Dottle, a Dalvin Cook, or do you have Ezekiel Elliott, a Dottle, and a um Deuce Vaughn?
All right, so I'm going to put it like this: the last time we seen, when's the last time that anybody seen Zeke break a long run? 2018, maybe 17, maybe. We seen it from Dalvin Cook in 2020. Now, I'm not saying that's an ideal situation by any
No,
stretch of
you
the
he had
imagination.
no. I got to jump in there because in 2022 he had multiple 80-yard runs and one for a touchdown toward the end of the year. So he still had juice. He may not
Zeke,
have the. No, I'm not talking about Zeke. I'm talking about Dalvin Cook.
okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, I may have messed up the years since COVID broke my understanding of how years and shit work, but we have seen it with Cook this since this decade, should I say? We haven't seen it with Zeke this decade. Now, I do think that Ezekiel's going to be out there and he's going to. If I had to put a prop bet on it, I would put $400 on the first play of the fucking season is going to be a halfback dive to Zeke, right up the
It
deep gut.
is. You know it, and I know it. We know that's going to happen.
So, but there's no juice there for me. And I've been speaking this into the ether. I'm trying to make it happen because you're already paying the man $5.5 million. I'm putting Trey Lance in that backfield. I'm putting Trey Lance in the slot. I'm putting Trey Lance wherever, putting him in motion because he is arguably, if not the first, the second best athlete on your offense right now. When we're talking pure athleticism, field vision, burst, wiggle, all that stuff, he is right up there, if not just with CD Lamb. I'm on it like dead ass. You're already paying him. These other
I,
dudes, long as the tooth, there's no juice. There's no juice. Maybe with Cook, maybe with Cook, but the Deuce Vaughn thing, it's a fun thought, and I love it. And if it works out, great, man. But there comes a time where size matters, and prove me wrong at this point. It's almost like the Kyler Murray or what's his face in Carolina, the quarterback, Bryce Young.
mhm.
If you can do it, if size is no big, if size doesn't matter, prove me wrong. Because until that happens, it's just conjecture. And this has nothing to do with how I feel about the player. This is football. We're talking live ammo, buddy. It's week one. We ain't got time for projects and shit like that. Can you do it? Can you do it? Because it's yet to be seen. And
So
I watched Trey Lance get the open field, man. And I watched that shimmy shake he's got, and he might literally be the best open field runner on the offense right now. And
he
that's
ain't
with
little
CD Lamb.
either. He ain't little
No,
either.
he's
He's
not.
6'3",
And
225.
and he's not on the contract next year. You're already paying him $5.5 million. I've been calling him Trayson's Lance. Try to get me some of that Trayson's Lance. You know what I mean? Try to get me some of that Taysom. Hey, maybe he will throw the little option to the tight end on a waggle.
You know, I'm with you, Mike, on that. The Taysom Hill, because bro, when he comes in the game, you don't know what the hell is going to go happen. You don't
No,
know. You
it's a
don't.
wild card, dude.
You don't know if he gonna throw it. You don't know if he gonna run it. You don't know what he gonna do. And when you come in with your regular QB and you put him in, that dynamic of the defense has to honor him because of what he
He's
can do.
fast, dude.
He's
He'll get
very
out on
fast,
you.
and he ain't little, and he runs
No,
hard. He runs hard and strong.
yes. So I've been begging for that. I've been begging for that. I've been begging for that, and
Matt
it's
Leslie says they'll
I
never be that creative, and
no, they
Mike
won't.
McCarthy ain't gonna do that, is he? He ain't gonna do it. He's scared.
No, that he's
He's
scared.
scared, right?
He's scared.
He's scared.
So, but as it stands right now, I've been saying since before they signed down with Cook, that the starting, that not starting, but the leading running back for yards on this team wasn't on the team yet. Then they signed Cook. So still going to roll with that. I didn't think it would be Cook because I didn't think he would pass medicals. But, um, Carl Lawson passed medicals. So sometimes those medicals can say what you want them to. And
Mm-hmm.
you know that. So,
Mm-hmm.
like that Leighton Vander Esch medical. Same doctor,
Right,
by the
right,
way. Uh,
right.
so that's,
Jalen Smith Medical, you know what I'm
yep,
saying?
yep. That's same doctor. So that's where that is. Um, I would just love to see
That'd be dope.
any
I ain't
sort
gonna
of
lie.
any
If
sort
they
of
came in the game
creativity
week
there.
one and he came in the game with, oh, that'd be crazy. We'd be
Yeah,
like,
Trace,
okay,
get you some
he coaching like it.
give me some Trace Hill, dude,
Trace him
on the
Lamb.
goal line.
Trace him Lamb. Go ahead and
Yeah,
start making that name on Twitter.
yeah.
Go ahead and start making that name on
I call him Trace's Hill, Trace's Lance. I'm sorry, Trace's Lance is his name.
Trace him
T R
Lance.
E Y S O M S Lance. Trace's Lance.
Trace him Lance. I like it.
Yep.
I like Trace him
And
Lance.
hey, I do say
Rico is
Rico. I
going to
do like
surprise.
Rico.
He
The
he got
problem is
burst.
He's hurt guy.
But let's not.
I
But here's the thing. I feel you. But let's go in there with a mind of, yeah, he might be hurt guy, but let's not keep speaking on hurt guy. And let's just say he burst guy, because when I see
yeah,
him get that ball, he don't have the long speed, but man, he do when he gets that ball, he's got a burst. He's got a good burst. And
my problem is
people was trying to hate on Rico Dowdell, always talking about how Zeke is the great blocker. Rico Dowdell can block his ass off too.
I want to circle back to that. The minute for anybody in the chat, anybody in my mentions, the second you start talking about how a skill position player can bring benefit to the team because his blocking ability, you've lost the plot. You've lost the plot because now you're blatantly ignoring that he can't do this other stuff that you actually need said skill position player to do. I need that 20-yard run. I need you not to
Hmm.
get tracked down by a second string linebacker.
Hmm.
I need you to not juke ghost in the backfield because you've been doing your trash can jump cuts all week, all off season. That's what I need. I need you. I don't even care what your name is. I don't care. I honestly, at this point, I do not care, dude. If Zeke somehow finds another gear at 30 years old and makes me put egg on my face, I will literally video me cracking an egg on my forehead.
Hmm.
But it's not going to
Now
happen.
do something different, because I've seen some people are in the streets do eggs, so you have to find something different.
Well, I mean, I poured hot sauce in my eye when Mike Nolan led the fucking team, and so
Yeah, find a good one like that. Appreciate you, dog.
I that's it's
Hey,
I will definitely.
Trill Clinton asks, is Luke
So
gonna get some carries?
now I'm back to this. Why does Lukey have a roster spot?
You loved him last year.
I do. I still do.
Uh-huh.
I still do.
Is whose
But it
fault
goes
is it
back
though?
to
Is it the team?
so
Is it the team's
we,
fault?
we got cut off last week because your internet. They cut
Oh,
your
okay.
boy.
Easy, easy.
They cut your boy. Schoonmaker makes
Yeah.
the team.
Yes.
John Stevens Anderson Charlotte Jones Slot Jr. the third makes the team, and he's hurt
Brevin
again
Ford made it.
magically.
And oh,
Imagine that.
and guess who? And your boy made the team, Matt. Well, let's go.
So when you do that sort of situation, it's hard for me to see a player who actually produced. Now, Hunter me turned into a player, but when it's nut cutting time, I'm roster building here. I love my guy. What makes you think that you couldn't cut him or waive him and him make the practice squad? What has he done in the league at all to make it seem like he's a commodity?
Who? Stevens.
No, either one actually. But
Yeah.
we're talking about Lukey right now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, he probably would have
So,
passed through waivers.
and you got two of them. This goes back to
Mm-hmm.
your coach, McCarthy, getting his guys. That
Mm-hmm.
2023 draft is on life support right now.
That 2021 is dead.
Yeah. So it's what are we doing here? If you're gonna give him, so you gave him a spot, you haven't used him in the preseason, you didn't really use him in camp, but he has a spot on the roster.
Right.
He hasn't shown anything. He really hasn't. A couple plays here and there, picking up a blitz or whatever.
Because
But
remember, everybody
as
was
far
talking about him last year, Mike.
yes, and then he dropped that. Hell, was it week 2? He dropped that surefire touchdown, and we never heard from him again.
Mm-hmm. And then fumbled at the end zone.
So
Appreciate you, Naptown.
it's when you make decisions like that, man, it's hard when you're carrying this many tight ends and you're carrying a running back slash fullback slash whatever the hell they want. They try to pretend they have all these plans for him. We haven't seen any of that. You hear these whispers. Oh, we're going to line him up at halfback, run him out of the backfield. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Kind of John Kunis esque. I think that is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is writers trying to seem like they have an inside beat to McCarthy, which nobody does. Sorry, nobody does. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody does. And saying, oh, they're John Kuhn was in Green Bay. This is Lukey. It's easy to connect that dot, right? We haven't seen it. So why are we carrying this dude to an active roster spot? That's my issue. Like, Noah Brown was my guy. We waived Noah Brown several different times, ending him on practice squad, this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm. He
And
always
hell,
clear.
we even waived Miles Austin back when he was my guy. And he made, I'm watching preseason, I'm like, man, that motherfucker turn up. Who's that?
Mm-hmm.
Who's that high yellow fellow over there? And look at him turning up. And then Kim Kardashian got him. But that's another. So I have a hard time justifying that roster spot when it seems like you have three of the same running back. You got Zeke, you got Lukey, you got Cook. What what dynamic do they bring?
I think you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, Mike. I think this needs to be a game, in my opinion, because I'm feeling what you're saying. I think the lunatic said something about maybe, will Turpin get some touches? I only think he'll get like the reverse or something like that. They ain't
Blind.
gonna, he too small. But um, I really feel like don't do the forcing the Zeke thing because he's in Ohio. Okay, don't do that. Am I right, Mike? Though, just let me finish, and then I want you to answer. Don't do
No,
that
I'm agreeing with you.
because he's coming back to Ohio, Zeke, and don't try to trumpet him and make him the focal point in that damn offense because he's in Ohio. Because I can see that BS happening. This needs to be a game, in my opinion. You need to run to Rico Dowdell. Rico Dowdell can have a
Yeah,
big game this game. I think Rico Dowdell, if you feed him the right way, he can get 100 yards in this game. Just me.
I I haven't said it in a while because I got tired of beating the horse because everybody saw the proof in the pudding. But I've been saying, what I said, the call comes from inside the house. We've seen all kinds of coordinators come through here. We've seen all kinds of coordinators and quarterbacks and wide receivers and running backs come through here, and the offenses always look the same. If Zeke Elliott goes out there on week 1 and gets 20 touches,
Well, I'm be pissed.
I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear about Chris J. NFL, Steven's cousin. I don't want to hear shit in my mentions about, oh, this call comes from inside the house, right? Yeah. Look, look at it.
I
Because
will show you it right there because there's no reason he
Ezekiel
should do that.
Elliott should be fighting for a roster spot. He was handed one. This is no different than Witten retiring, unretiring from the Raiders, and just coming back and being handed money. And here you go, and it's the
And
same
handed the
old
starting
guy.
job again. And yeah, yeah. And it's no hate, but don't make that
That's
the
the way it
focal point.
is.
I seen somebody in there 8 to 10 carries. That's cool. You came in for short
Cool,
yardage. You came in for short yardage. 8 to 10 carries. That's what you should be. You feel
dude.
me? Ain't nothing
If
wrong
you
with that. But you ain't the guy no more. You should not be the guy no more. Period.
if,
And they don't
if
need
Zeke
to do
comes in
that.
there, if Zeke comes in there and vultures 3 touchdowns, I'll be the happiest son of a bitch on the face of the planet.
I'll be happy too.
That's get that Mercedes Lewis, get that Jacksonville backfield. You know, because get that Jacksonville backfield going, get that vulture going. I don't like as long as there's points on the board that make sense, I'm okay.
Hmm.
I really am. Like I don't care how you score as long as you're making sense when you're going about your process. You know, you got a 240-pound quarterback out back there. You refuse to sneak. So I don't. I've never understood. I've never understood that on any team. Like Philip Rivers had what 3 quarterback sneaks his entire career. He hates a quarterback sneak more than he hates a condom. I've never understood hiking the ball, handing the ball off 2 yards into the backfield, and then trying to get that way.
Or going in the
That's one.
shotgun and you're near the goal line.
That yeah, that's exactly. That's the one thing. Like it's gonna sound silly, but it was like Tom Brady's best attribute. You knew when it was 4th and 1, 3rd and 1 on the goal line, whatever. Here he
He's
comes.
sneaking.
Here he comes. And there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. There's really not. You get you get that 6'5" quarterback with his arms right here, or sometimes he would go underneath, and you get that drive off the ball. I just
And
it
now you
doesn't
got a
make
powerful center that can do it.
it exactly. It doesn't make sense to hand the ball backwards when you're
Hmm.
trying to go that direction.
Hmm.
It's like hey, I got to go get gas, but I'm gonna go 5 miles down the road this way right quick because they got the hot dogs I like up in there. I'm gonna get me a hot dog, and then we're gonna get on the road. Hey, why can't we get gas right here and just get on the road? Why can't I don't, and that's why when I say as long as you're doing it smart, I don't care. But when they start that the second, not the second, the first time they run Zeke on 2nd and long, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Hmm. 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 I feel you. Like that's going to be the watch. That's going to definitely be the watch. Now, the lunatic asks, are they going to run the ball in this game? I feel like they're going to kind of try. I want them to air it out. Use Rico. Use Zeke as the backup. The CD Lamb. No. All right. I'm asking you a two-part question, Mike.
Yes, sir.
CD Lamb coming in. Does CD Lamb, if Dak throws for 300, does CD Lamb come in week one having a big game? And does Jalen Tolbert get a touchdown week one?
Tolbert,
Does he have a sneaky game?
maybe
Does Tolbert have a sneaky game?
maybe off of matchups, but it won't be a yardage game. I don't
Okay.
see Tolbert having a yardage game
Hmm.
all season. We're
But he
talking,
he could be he could be
yeah.
that what's his name, Laurent Robinson,
Well,
getting those all
and
those sneaky touchdowns.
I was kind of thinking. I know it's a different position, but I was kind of thinking about like Gronk's last year, where he had like it was like 500 yards on the year and 3 touchdowns, but every single fucking catch he made was a crucial game saving. They got CD Lamb tripled, and we're going right here, and that's something like that. I do think Tolbert will be a integral part of the offense, but this is one of those times where I do not care about numbers. I do
Right,
not care about numbers at all.
right.
I think Ferg. I think this is a big game for Ferg.
It could,
That's his
yeah. I,
Lovey.
yep.
Dude, they're weak in the seam. They're
And
weak in
he's
the
ready.
seam.
He's ready.
Yeah,
He's ready this year. He's ready this year, Mike. He's ready.
they had him ranked like the ninth or 11th tight end or some shit like that. That's my dude,
Mm-hmm.
Jen Rummy, and that's
Mm-hmm.
that's my dude, and that I think that is a big opportunity here. Uh, Dude, it wouldn't surprise me to see CeeDee Lamb come out there and get 35 yards and 3 catches on the day, and they win the game by
Mm-hmm.
17. Just
Mm-hmm.
because I I don't know, man. I'm not worried about the Browns. I don't
I
think they
think
can
that
run
would.
with them.
I don't think they can run, and them not having Nick Chubb is huge. In my opinion, them not having Nick
Yeah,
Chubb back there is huge. Just like you said, Deshaun Watson, you need to prove to us now you were that guy years ago, but you haven't been that guy since. So we can't fear you. But let's talk about our defense because you got the rookie Leafalo starting.
yes, sir. Yes,
Kendricks
sir.
is going to be there.
Now, Reed,
Um, does Michael? I think Michael Parsons goes off this game. Does he have a big game?
that's where I was talking about when I said Mozzie's
I
going to
think
get
he
a
goes crazy.
Mozzie's going to get a coverage sack
Hmm.
because what's going to happen is they're going to Zim. If I know Zim like I know Zim, let's put three things on facts right now. He's going to double Coop. No matter where Coop goes, Coop is going to be shadowed, and it's going to be a disguise coverage. It's going to be maybe the slot, maybe Lewis peels off on him, maybe even they get Parsons peel off on him, maybe Kendricks peels off, maybe uh you know maybe Carson peels off. You got the safety power to cover you over the top. They are going to force Mike Zimmer is going to force Watson to read the field and make a throw, something he has always struggled with. And I do believe that that is where you get Parsons and Lawrence, if they can hold contain, covering the edge. Here comes old tricky Dick Watson trying to sneak out through the middle, and that's when that coverage sack comes in. I think it could be I think Mike Zimmer is going to make this a really tough day in the office for Deshaun Watson. I really do.
Yeah,
And it's
and
as hard
Joko.
as their offensive or defensive line is going to be. Everybody's worried about Garrett and all that. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. They're no slouches. That dude's good. I mean, his name is his name for a reason. I think Mike Zimmer can do twice that to that quarterback. That dude. That's I've talked about it all summer. I've talked about that dude for a decade now. He is one of the best defensive coordinators in the history of the NFL, and he knows. He just knows. You hear about it. You hear him talk. He doesn't even look at his sheet. He's just there, and then magic happens. And he's got the safeties. He's got the safeties with range with Wanye and them.
Hmm.
And he's got the corners. Now I know losing Bland hurts. We'll get to that in a little bit because if y'all are thinking 8 weeks, I really need y'all to start thinking 12 because that's a career killer injury.
Oh, wait.
And it's just what it is, man. Julio came back early and it ended him. Dez came back early and it ended him. Debo came back early and it cost him a year to recover. That it is a really, really tricky injury. It's a really tricky injury. And I just need you to be prepared for, if he may come back in 9 and then, I'll just say it right now. He's not going to be right the rest of the year. It's
Mm.
impossible. It's impossible, dude. You're at the highest level of sport. You're at the absolute highest, the pinnacle, and you're going to be out there on an island. So that's where this safety depth is going to really come in handy with a dude like Izzy, who's got range, who people have been, you know, floating,
And
moving,
that's why you
moving
should have
center.
kept Woods. I hate to cut you
I
off, Mike, and
I was
that's why you
I
should
was
have kept
going
Woods.
there.
He's
You
over
ruined
there
my
with the. I'm
punchline.
sorry.
You ruined my
Well,
damn punchline.
it's my family. Damn it, I had to ruin it.
I
Damn
was
it.
going to let you give me your damn shine, and you had to ruin it.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. He over there at the Titans. I'm over there mad as hell. He over there with the Titans. You know damn well you could have kept him on this roster, and especially with Bland out. We already knew Izzy, and I said this before, Mike, and I'm gonna say it the fourth time. We already know Izzy could play corner and safety. He's already been proven, and you're only gonna probably get one more year out of Izzy. I don't. Let me see if you're gonna re-sign him. Let me see if you're gonna re-sign him next year because he's going to be wanting the opportunity and he's going to want to play. So that means you probably only got player control 1 year where you had Woods for at least 4 and cheap. You could have moved Izzy, kept Woods. Y'all messed up on that one. He was the Isaiah Land, but no, you really messed up with this one because and
Oh,
this is a little biased, but here's the thing. I knew what he could do way back. He did it in practice, he did it in training camp, then he went in the game and did it. I'm still mad at
dude,
you, Cowboys. I'm
I
still
could
mad
go
at y'all
far
for that.
back.
I'm still mad at you. And he ain't forgot. Me and his pops already talked. He already said he coming with a vengeance.
I We can go far back as yeah, we can go far back as Terrence Mitchell. You know these. Everybody says, "Oh, y'all think y'all guys going to be a baller," but every single year, and anybody in the chat right now knows about Cowboys Twitter and Cowboys Draft Twitter, and every single year there is a player that we all agree on:
Hmm.
Ridgeway, Land, Mitchell. Uh, damn, there was another defensive tackle, but you know where I'm going.
Hmm.
They let him walk, and we're like, man, that guy could play. Like, I don't know how much he could play, but that guy could play. Like, we've seen enough out of him for a dude like Hunter Lupke or Schoonmaker or John Stevens Anderson, Tyler Slod Jones Jr. to not get a roster spot when that guy because that guy can play. Or well, let's go, you know, and you see it. And this is
Oh,
just
don't bring up
another.
no Matt. Well, let's go. That's the one
This
that
is just
bothers me.
another one of those. This feels like another one of those where it's, God damn it, man. Yeah, Ward, Bohanna.
Yep,
Yep,
Travarius Ward.
Chardavius
Yep,
Ward. Thank you. Um,
appreciate y'all.
it's just another guy that you see can play, whether you be a UDFA, whether you got him from a trade, or whatever the case may be. You see this guy in the preseason. You see him in camp. Camp's one thing. We all have camp champs, right? Then you get to the
But when you're going
preseason,
in the
like,
game,
okay, yeah, Amendola, damn, that's a damn good one.
damn,
That's a damn good Amendola, dude. Amendola came to my cookout when he was on the Cowboys practice squad, and that is a player I will respect to the day I die. Because I'm sitting there looking at this man.
he
I'm
tiny,
sitting there looking at this man, dude.
tiny,
He's built like somebody's little sister. I'm
little.
dead ass. I'm dead ass. That man played till he was 34 years old in the NFL. He was out there. Davis Mills. Remember Davis Mills throwing? They fucked
Yeah.
up Houston's draft pick and shit. little Gabby Amendola was out there just balling, dude. The shout out to Danny Amendola. Guns up. That'll always be my Red Raider homie. But
Oh, and we lost
that's
Justin Rogers too. They lost
yeah,
Justin Rogers
yeah,
too. He. I
yeah,
liked him as I liked him as not your starter, but I liked the size and the
yeah.
potential.
yeah.
Why play that
Dude,
game? Why play that game?
I said I said in well
I'm
CJ
cool with that,
Goodwin,
Trey.
yeah,
They ain't never let him
CJ
go.
Goodwin, he's
He there
still
for
here.
life.
Uh,
Yeah, he there for life.
um, I said that in camp that if the season were to start, and this was Mozzie was still struggling, and Zuniga was on his ass. You know, he's been coached hard. He's been coached hard as hell, and I was worried about it
Mhm.
because
I'm
y'all been
still worried.
around. Y'all, I ain't. I'm not gonna be mean.
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna
gonna
be
be
mean
mean.
either. I was mean on Twitter and people went after me, so I just deleted because I
I'm
was being
pulling.
mean.
I'm
I'm gonna be
pulling for
nice,
the kid.
Mozzie.
All I know is that I spoke facts about it last season, and people called me crazy when I said the kid was 40 pounds underweight, and everybody said that I didn't know what I was talking about, and this, that, and the other. But y'all are wrong. I'm right. I want Mozzie to work out. I'm worried about it. I
I'm
am
still
definitely
worried about him.
absolutely, absolutely. But
So
when the Rogers thing, he's kind of. I'm not going to say that he's turned a corner with Mozzie because he definitely hasn't. But there has been shadows, flickers of what could be. Man, I said when camp started, that after that first week of camp, I said that if the season started the day Justin Rogers would be your starting one two, and I meant that. And they should have kept him.
they should have kept
And I
him.
don't.
Y'all did
I,
all that talking about him and doing all this feeling good about Rodgers just to cut him. Y'all made some. And here's the thing: I ain't bashing them because they're good with free agency, undrafted people. They know how to do it. But to me, that sounds more like the top front office because that in my opinion that can't be. I just don't see a Will McClay wanting to get rid of a Rodgers and Woods. I just don't see him wanting to do that. That had to be
if
from up top or Mike
if he's the one
McCarthy.
that found him,
He's the one that
it ain't
found him.
McCarty. It ain't McCarthy.
It's got to be up top. Nah, we can't let him go. And that's the little meddling that's the little meddling. But I don't want to talk about them because they ruin my mood. I'm in an okay mood, so I don't want my mood ruined talking about them guys. Let's stay on the game. Um, Overshown. Let's talk
Got
about
turned a
Merritt and
corner.
Overshown.
Mm-hmm.
Is he hurt guy? Is Overshown hurt guy?
It kind of seems to be that way, Bubba.
I'm worried. And I'm not trying to throw that on, but I'm worried about him being hurt. Got all that talent, but it just seems like he'll always have. No, no, I don't want to put that on
Always,
him, but it if I don't know, I'm worried.
it's always something. It's always something.
He got a lot of
It's
knickknacks
always.
early,
I mean, hell, it doesn't matter when you take them. Look, I mean, Kyle Pitts is
but
dealing with another hamstring injury. You know, it doesn't matter when you take them. Hurt guys are hurt guys, and it doesn't matter how they got hurt. It just matters that they're hurt. And people said it. I'll use Sean Lee as a reference. Oh, it was a freak injury. He got his knee knocked into, or it was a freak injury. Freak injury. Okay, well, you've had four freak injuries in 5 years. You're hurt, guy. At that point, it doesn't matter how you're getting shot. The fact is, you keep getting shot,
hmm
and that hip thing really worries me, man.
I worried when they
Because
said hip. I was worried when I heard hip, Mike. I was like, damn.
it's not. It's not. Oh, how do I say this?
Oh, I don't like hips. That when I hear hip, I think Bo Jackson.
It's not a pointer.
Oh man, see, I know it because he been. This is the reason why when I heard hip Mike, right, and then I ain't heard from Overshown, ain't heard from him. That's not good to me.
It's not. It's um, bursitis.
Ooh, that's nagging.
Hmm.
Hip
That's turf
bursitis.
toe in your
That.
hip. That's turf
hmm
toe in your hip. Yeah. So that worries me. And you know, if I were, I'm going to completely flip the script here. If I were a team with potentially having my quarterback for the last year, CeeDee Lamb signed, but he doesn't have a no trade clause. You got Micah Parsons to figure out. You got all this to figure out. Your coach ain't on a deal. Your defensive coordinator is technically the second defensive coordinator because you promoted Al Harris above him. I'm I'm shipping. I'm shipping 11, and I'm trying
That
to
ain't
figure out
happening,
what I can
dog.
get back.
That ain't happening.
I
But that ain't happening.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I hear what
They
you're
got to
saying,
do
but it ain't
something.
happening. But it ain't happening. It's absolutely not going to happen, and you know that.
They ain't paying.
Hmm?
They ain't paying him.
Okay, we'll see.
Okay.
Okay, we'll
Okay.
revisit this conversation.
Okay.
We're gonna
We'll
see.
still be friends by then. So
Hey,
you know,
hey, if it is, we just rewind. We rewind the show. I'm cool with it. You know, you saying it to me. I don't think it's gonna happen, but
I don't think they should. If you want my personal opinion, I don't think it's smart. If you want my personal opinion,
I don't see that. I just don't see that.
part of being a contender is moving high
Yeah, but they
profile.
don't. I feel you, but they're not that type of an organization that does that, though, Mike. We ain't seen no Cowboys
So
do boldness like that.
they'll
They
pay
not
all
bold
three of them
like
and
that.
blame the quarterback.
Okay, I
Pay
don't.
all
They not
three and
bold
blame the
like that.
quarterback. I'm saying that that dude is mentally not clocked in,
Are you talking? Wait a
and
minute. Are you talking about Mozzie? Or are you talking about Micah?
both for two different reasons. I'm telling you that you're looking at a Antonio Brown situation if you give that man fuck you money. That's what I'm saying.
We'll see. We'll see. That's going to be a conversation that's going to dominate the headlines every day. Like that is something that's going to be talked about every day. Now we already talked about it before. The haul you could get. So
Hmm.
I am not married to no player from my perspective. I'm not married to no
No,
player at my
nothing
perspective.
personal. By the way, I love the
Nothing
player.
personal. Whatever.
Love the player.
Any player that
Yeah.
can get your team better with picks and things like that. I don't have anything. Oh no, you can't. No, I don't think really any. There's only a few players that are like untouchable, but like I said, we'll see how
Quarterback's
that goes down.
untouchable because it's just so difficult to get one. It's just so
Right.
difficult to get one. Everything else, as
And
far as
that and
edges
that
go,
that that negotiation is going to be crazy. That
yeah,
talk that all that is
because he
going
ain't
to
gonna
be
be quiet.
because he ain't going to be quiet. He ain't playing that game. He ain't playing that game at all. That's the fact. He not going to play that game.
No,
And
he's not at all.
I that's where I will say I could agree with that a part of it. I don't think they got the nuts to do it because I ain't seen it. But I can see where he get too choppy in that media, they could do it because that's one thing they do not like in Dallas is you running your mouth because you didn't hear Dak do it when you don't hear him, and when you heard guys get loud and boisterous in Dallas Cowboys land, you're gone,
Mm-mm.
and it don't matter who you are.
Which
So
ties
from
back in.
that perspective, for that perspective, I can see that part of it because everybody got to stay quiet in Dallas. When you start getting too loud as a player in Dallas and you're talking, you becoming more bigger than the organization, then you're going to be
Let the
gone.
owner do the talking. Let the owner do the talking.
That's what I
Let the
do
owner
know.
do.
So
And
that's where I
it's
could
not
see it.
even you ain't even got to talk, man. It goes back to actions. It goes back to Amari Cooper.
Well,
What?
I mean, it goes to Dez too.
Yeah, Dez. Oh, I don't want to dig up. I don't want to dig up.
No, don't
You
dig up
know,
no Dez, but you know what it is.
yeah. He he's his own worst enemy.
We know this.
Yeah. So
We'll just leave it at that.
Dak deal before Sunday.
Uh,
Yes. Yes. Don't get them people on me, please. I ain't trying to get Rickied out here. I ain't trying to get Ricky. 4 years, beat Goff's guarantee, no trade, no tag. Next discussion.
There it is. We already talked though.
Yeah, I ain't trying to get Ricky down here. CAA
Sensational.
smoking on that dog. CAA smoking on that
Spit.
dog pack right now.
Sensational. Sensational.
No, Hare Krishna.
You don't turn off my feed doing that stuff
Yeah,
over here.
nobody.
You know, they'll turn.
Yeah, we about to
They'll
get
go in
drone.
here and zap that
Internet
feed.
about to
You
get
go
drone
ahead and
strike.
talking about things that you shouldn't be talking about.
Last time I started talking about Catboy being broke, our internet got drone strike.
Mm-hmm. See,
So
look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Just open doors.
I
Just
swear to God,
opening doors.
if y'all tell anybody, I will pull a quick and punch your mama on the pinky toe. I swear to God, you sons of bitches. Nothing
Yeah.
happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. So Sunday they're going to Cleveland.
And that gonna be happy.
Yeah. Hey, you know what's going to be awesome is Nick Sirianni gets fired in October.
He's going to get fired this year. That's my bold statement this
How
year.
did
I,
he
I don't have a
survive that?
I don't know if that's a bold statement, but Nick
How did he
Sirianni
survive that?
Nick
You
Nick
okay?
Sirianni is
So
getting fired this year.
I
They're
don't
not
like
they're
McCarthy. I don't like McCarthy. I've never been his biggest fan. It's Mustard Tiger. I like what he brings 6 days a week. McCarthy would not have survived being 10-1 and then losing the fucking division. How did you survive that? You're
you
out
know
of
why
excuses, bud.
he survived it. The only way he survived it was that Super Bowl. That Super Bowl saved him. And you know it. That's what saved him. That's
And
why he's on. But that's why he's on watch this year, though, Mike. Because if it falls off the tracks this year, he gone,
oh,
and
it's
it's
gonna go
going to
bad.
because
They're already
I
beefing.
said,
They're beefing in
bro,
camp.
bro, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. He's going to be gone.
No.
He's getting fired this year. After this season, Nick Sirianni will be fired from the Philadelphia Eagles
Now
because they're
they'll
going to
go get
regress. They're going to regress.
Howie
Going to regress.
Roseman's relatively smart. If he was smart, he would go get Wes Welker. That would be the that if I had to run a Powerball up, Nick Sirianni gets fired. Howie Roseman is secure. They go get Wes Welker, and they run that. They run that McVay, Shanahan, Mike Leach. By the way, I hate to say it, McVay. They're all doing the Mike Leach system. It's shout out to Mike Leach. Rest in peace, Mike Leach. These guys are running the air raid misdirection system. They're running 3 plays or 3 sets, should I say? Multiple different play variations. That would be, dude. I would fire McCarthy for fucking. Oh, it wouldn't matter because it's Dallas and he doesn't get a say anyway. So never mind. But that's that coach ain't making it.
Yeah, he
There's
ain't
no way
making it.
that coach make. There's no way
He's
that
not
coach
making it.
makes it.
He's not making it because that I don't feel like his type of attitude. Here it is. People
He
see
can't
through
handle
that shit.
adversity.
No,
He
people
can't
see
handle
through that shit.
adversity. He's a
I
fake
mean,
ass
all that
tough guy.
bark. Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
dude.
That's what I'm saying though, Mike. No. Everybody sees through that shit. And
No,
once your team, Mike, sees through that shit, there ain't no coming back from it.
he's the Kyler
There
Murray
ain't
of
no coming.
coaches right now. That
If he would
fake
have
tough
been,
guy
if
shit.
right, if he'd have been normal, he'd be okay. But he's not,
No,
and
he's flawed, man. And
and they found it out
there's
quick.
there is one thing that players know because they've been through college. They've been through these fraud ass recruiters. They've been through all the system. They know that fraud shit, and they smell it.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
smell it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're a fraud, they're not buying. They're not
No,
buying.
and you're in
And their
Philly,
defense is
bruh. You're in Philly. They're not. They're gonna see through that shit, and they've already seen through it. That's why the. If you notice, it's real quiet out there because they know. They know. They know.
J-
They're not
I
saying
got
nothing
two
to all of
words.
us, but they know their coach
Jason
is a fraud.
Jason Kelsey.
He said, "I'm good."
That is now Jalen Hurts has to be Dak Prescott at the line of scrimmage. And that's why, back to Cowboys things, that's why I like BB so much. Because I've talked about it since the day he was drafted. The kid is smart as a tack. The kid is smart as a tack. Now you got Jalen Hurts coming up to the line. He's got to figure it out. Devin White's washed. I ain't worried about him. Now he's got to figure it out. Now he's got to make the reads. Now he's got to call the bike. Jason Kelsey is one of the greatest centers to ever play football. Period. I don't. I hate the Eagles with everything that burns inside of me. I hate the Eagles worse than I hate Hitler. But that
That's pretty
center,
bad.
I mean, they
That's
almost
pretty
killed
bad.
my aunt. We went to that story.
Yeah.
So, um, losing your center, your Hall of Fame. Jason Kelsey is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer,
Mm-hmm.
unanimous, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's
That's you. Yeah. That's across the
he's
board with
gone.
anybody. Mm-hmm.
He's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's actually a great point, Freddie. That is a great
Right.
point.
We got some
That is a
people turning
great
up in
point.
here. Mm-hmm. Because you remember how
Barry Sanders.
Barry Switzer came in all brash
Yep,
and that shit went down the toilet quick.
dude, because he's got no control. He doesn't know what he's
Mm,
talking about.
no.
He's that
And
fake hardo.
and
He's
yeah,
that guy that
and
gets loud when the cops show up.
yeah, exactly. Or he gets loud, yeah, when your boys show up, then he gets louder and starts acting like people are holding him back and shit like that. No, ain't nobody holding you back, dog. But
Now we gained a
you know,
center, DJ. We gained a center.
yeah, no, we gained the center. But also, I just feel like that match between Jalen Hurts, who's more cerebral, more quiet, and the way he is, that just
It
don't work. That don't work,
no.
and it's don't not gonna work with Jalen Hurts. He ain't going. He ain't feeling him. You can tell he don't like him. You can tell he don't like him. He just standing him because you my coach, but I don't like you. That's just me.
Yeah,
I'm just from where I look at it from afar. He
dude.
don't look like he even
I,
like you, bro. I know quiet dudes. And when they be having that look at you when you just be talking and they just give you that look, the motherfuckers don't like you, bro.
I've
They
been a
don't like
big
you.
body language guy. I'm a big body language guy, big reading people guy, and you see that
I
shit,
can
and it's
read.
not.
Yeah, it's real
It ain't.
noticeable.
They're not vibing. They're not vibing.
Mm-mm,
They're on
mm-mm,
different frequencies.
mm-hmm.
And what's going to happen if they start out 0-2? I
Oh,
don't even know their schedule. I don't even know their schedule. So
well, if they
I'm
come
just
in there and
saying.
play Green Bay and they get their ass kicked, boy, the question's gonna start already.
I love that for them.
Me too. I love
I
that for
love that.
Sirianni, just because you try to be that hard guy.
I hate him, dude. That
And
fake
you're not
hardo
hard.
when he was
You are not hard,
cussing at the
bro.
crowd, dude. That is fake
Yelling at the
hardo,
crowd. You are not tough. You'd be the first one to get smacked by yourself, and everybody knows
dude. Like I swear to God, the first time you get hit in the face, you're calling the cops.
it. Mm-hmm. Calm
You're
him
calling the
super
cops.
quick, and he gonna press charges and probably
Yeah,
sue you.
yeah,
That's
and sue
him.
you,
He's that
and
guy.
and he did that. He
And be in the
hit.
media with a big bandage, like he really did this. That'd be him. He'd
With
be
a
that.
trunk full of
What up,
stolen
Laura
catalytic
Nova?
converters because he's a meth head.
Yeah,
I yeah, I can't, man. I can't. Like he is the embodiment of filthy for me. Like just disgusting.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
he's whack.
What does worry me
All right.
though,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give my man some props. I do worry about their little run game situation they got going with Kellen Moore being there. I do
We're
worry
gonna
about
see.
that,
Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
but I ain't worried that nothing else is gonna matter because their defense ain't gonna be able to stop a nosebleed.
I think, yeah, I'm agree with Dustin Roberts at that 9-8. That's the season I see, and that's why I feel like that's how it's going to get him fired. They're going to be 9-8. That's what I said. I gave us 10-7 at the like months ago when we did the best of enemies. I said they're going to fall off to Joe. He don't believe me. I said y'all about to regress, dog, and it ain't because of Kellen Moore. It's because your coaches they found him out and it's a
Mm-hmm.
wrap now. And that's why y'all gonna fall back. Not because really your coordinator, it's gonna be your coach. And when that stuff starts,
He can't.
when that locker room gets all fractured, it's over. AJ Brown, what? Over.
Mm. And that's the one thing I've always like. Literally, McCarthy, Mustard Tiger is the opposite of Sirianni, and you
That's
need
why the
that in a
players mess
coach.
with him.
It's like
I'm gonna give you
I'm
one
not
last
even gonna.
question, Mike. I want to give you
What's
one
that,
last
Bob?
question. I ain't want to cut you off. I want to give you one last question. And this is about McCarthy because it bothers me. I know how you feel about him, and I still like
Hmm.
McCarthy. You know how we go back and forth, and you know how you told me you like him 6 days, but damn, that seventh day you gotta be better. And I told you I've always liked my Mike McCarthy. You feel me? Um, do you think they should just give him the extension too to say, hey, or if it doesn't go right, and you see Bill Belichick is in every damn got his hand in every damn thing right now. Are they would they go younger? Would they go older? Or would they even or would they look at Zimmer?
I wish they would give. I wish they would give McCarthy a 3-year deal
Yes.
because it doesn't count on the cap. It doesn't count on the cap, and it's just it ties back into the Jerry chaos. The deck like there's been
That
deals
ain't
that have
happening.
been signed. There have been deals that have been signed for a week or so, and they sit on them, and they do interviews, and they do chaos, and they the circus. And I have said since his tenure, even though, like I said, I call him 6 days a week, I do not think there is a coach, because if there is, it's yet to be seen. There's a coach that can operate in back to back to back 12-win seasons in this atmosphere.
It ain't easy to win in the NFL. That's for damn sure.
And they're, they're saying, you know, choking the playoffs, this, that, and the other. Cool. So does everybody else.
Hmm.
Josh Allen went out there and tried to throw the game away against the Skylar Thompson led Bills or Dolphins. Sorry, and but it matters when Dallas does it.
Hmm.
I do not know if there's a coach that could operate in this atmosphere better than he has for his tenure. There may be one, but it ain't Belichick. I promise
Right.
you that because
And like
Belichick
you
wants
said,
GM control.
hmm
Yeah, and it's
well, I'll
just
tell
it's
you
just
this. Just go ahead and extend him. If you're doing everybody else, extend him. Everybody likes him. The team, it's not easy. I'm gonna give him those props that even we know about the playoffs, but just like you said, it ain't easy, dog. And Baltimore ain't winning. Lamar Jackson ain't winning. Josh Allen ain't winning. You feel me? Who
and
else? All these
everybody would say that Harbaugh
Joe
is a
Burrow
better
ain't
coach than
winning.
Harbaugh's a better coach than Mike McCarthy, right? Everybody would agree with that. Everybody would agree with that.
Harbaugh's a dog.
So when you see this
Agreed,
continual
David.
success,
You don't cut it off.
I
You don't change it. That's
it's
my
hard to
thing.
me.
That's my thing as we kind of end this in a nutshell, Mike. That's just my thing for me. Just what David said in his comment. You gave Garrett 10 damn years. You gave him 10 damn years. You gave him 3 8-8 seasons, and then he goes crazy and gets to 12-4 season. Then you award him with a 5 year deal. You've had 3 straight 12 win seasons. You haven't had that since the damn 90s, since you won the Super Bowl. And we know about the playoffs, but y'all already talking about, well, we right there. We right there. We laying it up. We laying it up. Well, if you talking about you laying it up and laying it up, then why don't you sign him to, like you said, a 2 to 3 year deal and slam dunk it? Because we've seen it in sports time and time again, Mike. We've seen the Boston Red Sox in baseball choke. Atlanta Braves, all them damn good teams they used to choke with Greg Maddux and them year in and year out. Cubs choke. We get what I'm saying? We seen the Broncos choking all them years with Elway. We seen Peyton Manning choking all them years that they failed, and then they finally break through. So if you're going to look at it from that perspective, and you have a coach who's already winning with you, why would you change that? Especially if he gets another double-digit win season this year, that would be 4 double-digit win season in a row, and you would get rid
They're
of
gonna
that.
win. I would put my retirement fund, which is I'm gonna go ahead and flex right here. My retirement fund is $3.5 million right now. I can pull the
So
numbers up
I
in
don't
a
want to
minute
hear.
here.
I don't want to hear you saying shit about nothing on this feed. Then
If they could not find a better coach to to operate in this circus, I've said the Jones boys are like, the head coach is like being there's toddlers and they have an endless supply of matches and they just constantly keep finding matches and they just constantly keep lighting the curtains and shit on fire and you got to run around and put that shit out while still maintaining a football team while being hamstrung by the GM's lack of dude. I bet if I held a gun to Stephen Jones' head, he couldn't name 10 players in the league that aren't on the roster. And I'll even let
Mm.
him name quarterback. That's that's what you're dealing with. And I think McCarthy, well, actually, I know McCarthy, is the reason this um, little contract situation is going to be handled. They're sitting on it.
Mm-hmm.
We're an hour and eight in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're sitting on it. He signed
So they
this
can get all
one
the glory.
media. What's the use? What's the use? He's got that little interview coming out. We've been on here. It may have already came out with Stephen A. You get your little media run, get the Rappaport, which, by the way,
That's crazy,
that dude doesn't know a fucking thing
bruh.
at all. At all. He makes stuff up. Ian Rappaport is an insider because he gets an RSS feed from the agents. And if he doesn't get that RSS feed, he just makes stuff up. I can tell you in good confidence that a certain somebody's agent and Ian Rappaport are not friends. He ain't texting him about, oh, it's not close. Oh, it's close. Oh, it's this, that, and the other. That's Steven's buddy.
And there was that guy, Pretty Ricky, that was killing them. He ain't even around no more, but he was marking them. He was
I
marking
tried.
them.
I, I,
He
I
was marking
tried.
them.
I tried.
I,
I tried to warn y'all. I tried to warn y'all about Ricky. I tried. The tweets are out there. I tried to warn. Man flew too close to the sun. He flew too close to the sun. And now
He got
CAA
burned like a.
smoking on that Ricky. CAA smoking on that Ricky Pat.
That motherfucker gone.
Took the bait.
Page gone.
Took,
Page totally gone. Say you out there talking too much, bro. You out there talking too much, dog. Gotta get you up out of here.
I can tell
Gotta
you
get you
what
up
got
out.
him. Since we're all here and we're past the hour mark, breaking down them CD Lamb numbers. Got him.
Mm-hmm.
Them weren't real numbers. Somebody got sent some numbers. Somebody sent somebody some numbers. And them somebodies, I ain't trying to get packed up like Ricky.
Yeah, he got packed up for real. Like he is.
Mhm.
There's. I just typed him in. I was like, I just want to type him in.
Past tense.
The page just goes away.
Yeah, that mother. They talking about that mother in past tense. I ain't trying to be past tense.
That's crazy, right? That shit real out in these
I,
streets.
dude. They, what you're talking about. I mean, let's be real. Hundreds of millions of dollars,
Mm-hmm.
confidentiality agreements,
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. Dude,
And you
you get on
spilling
your
the
damn.
beans like that, and nobody
You
knows
get
you. Oh, you about to be gone, bro. And you
they
showing up,
they
and you showing up, folks. Oh, you gone.
they put a little put a little put a little.
Hmm.
That was it.
Yeah,
Got him.
got him.
Now we on that Ricky pack.
That shit
That's
wild.
that's that's why I'm not out there. I said out there, earlier today. I said I'm not a newsbreaker. I'm just a man with an internet connection. But my word is my bond. When people tell me
Mhm.
shit, it stays with me. It stays with me. Now I may do some riddles out there on the Twitter, but I ain't ever got nobody burned, and I never will. And that's why we exist to this point today.
Mhm. Well, it was a good show today, big dog.
Yes, sir.
Good show. A
Oh
lot of
yeah.
good
Oh,
info.
Dustin. Sorry, Dustin's talking about the Browns LT being out. Yeah, their LT's been out, and
Is that
Conklin, who
Conklin?
they and well, they've got both of them are hurt. They're both of them. One
Mm.
of them's going to be a game time decision.
Ooh, that don't bode well for them.
No, so that's another thing. It's like the all you hear about with this game is Miles Garrett. That's all you hear is Miles Garrett. And I'm like, okay, so the Browns are just some juggernaut
Mhm.
that's all healthy and no man, they got warts too. Every team got warts. Yeah, Wills.
Okay,
It's
Jedrick,
Wills
Jedrick
and
Wills.
Conklin. Wills hadn't practiced for 2 weeks, and Conklin did hasn't dressed out this week. They may be completely on. I don't know, figuring out left tackle. We're gonna see. I guess tomorrow we'll see if Conklin or Wills practices.
Friday's always that day. Well, Thursday and Friday's all that day. So we're gonna see.
Yep, that
But
Prescott extension Saturday. So
hmm you know where you heard. Just rewind. Just rewind. Or go look at my tweet. And that should tell you everything. Just go look at my tweet. Before we start the show. Just go look at my tweet. But hey dog, I appreciate you, bro. Happy birthday to
yes,
your
sir.
mother. Man, I don't know her, but tell her I said hi. Happy birthday. We love her. Make sure she enjoys herself. All that
I'll
good
tell her
stuff.
that despite her best effort, she raised an idiot.
I could say that too. I could definitely say that. But yeah, man, dog, I appreciate you, bro. Make sure you say what's up to wifey. Good
Sir.
show, and make sure you tune in on Sunday, because Mike gonna be going ham on Twitter. I might say a few things, but I try to stay away now. But Mike gonna go ham on Twitter, so just look at his tweets during game time. He's gonna be an emotional Cowboys fan.
That the game
So
tweets
don't
are a
pay
safe
any
space.
attention to what he says in his tweets. Just like mine. I'm just a fan right there going off, yelling. I didn't look at the tape. I didn't do nothing. I was just a fan screaming and yelling, and it's coming out in the tweet. I probably missed it. I probably
And
was
game
wrong.
tweets are a safe space. They are a
In the
safe
game
space.
tweets are a safe space, and I'm gonna tweet that too. In game tweets are a safe space where you can just be reckless about the whatever, and then you go watch the tape and you're like, "Oh wow, I was totally wrong." But during
Now you
that
show
period
up
of
Monday
time,
morning talking crazy.
yeah, then that's bad. After you watch the tape, now you just look dumb.
Yeah, yeah. You need to educate yourself.
Educate
So,
my dog.
uh,
Appreciate you. Appreciate
appreciate
everybody in the
everybody for
chat.
coming by.
Love y'all. Thank you for the super chat. Shout out to the lunatic. Shout out to everybody in the super chats. Shout out to y'all. Period. And we out this bitch.
Right above us. Peace.
Later.